Hey, and welcome to another time with Old Bald Dad. We're just going to have some fun today. And let me ask you a question. Do you consider yourself smart? I got to tell you, not to gloat or anything, but I do consider myself pretty smart. But how smart? Now, I'm not talking about IQ tests. Who cares about IQ tests? IQ tests don't mean a dang thing. It does mean some. It does mean you can problem solve quite well. But there are some pretty dumb, smart people. Well, today we're going to do a couple of tests. And no, I haven't done them ahead of time. So, no cheating here. We're going to do a couple of tests here. One, it says, if you can't pass this 10 questions, if you can't pass this quiz, you shouldn't have graduated from high school. We're going to try it out. We're going to see, should I have graduated from high school? And I want you to try it as well. Come along with me. We're going to have some fun. And then we'll try another quiz, basically trying to figure out what kind of smart are we? Are we book smart? Are we people smart? Are we street smart? Everyone's like, I'm street smart, but we'll give it a shot. Let's dive right in and see what we have. All right, first up, we'll do the if you can't pass this quiz, you shouldn't have graduated from high school. If you can't pass this quiz, you shouldn't have graduated from high school. Let's give it a shot here. All right, first question. What part of the cell is commonly referred to as the powerhouse of the cell? The powerhouse of the cell. Okay, we could already be in trouble here. Let's give it a try here. The nucleus, the cytoplasm, the Golgi apparatus, man, I can't even spell these anymore, or the mitochondria. The nucleus is the brain, but the powerhouse, I'm going to go with the mitochondria. We'll see. Mitochondria. Correct. All right. Good start. Good start. All right. Carl Benda is a scientist best known for doing what? I have no idea. I don't know. The problem is these are science questions, okay? I know basic science. I'm familiar with quite a bit of science, but not all science here. Carl Benda. I like him already. Bald guy. I could go with that. Being bald's probably not on there. All right. Curing smallpox, discovering Pluto, inventing the practical transformer, naming the mitochondria, commonly referred to as the powerhouse of the cell. I'm going to tell you, this is a trick for doing tests right now, okay? The last question, if you go back here, what part of the cell is commonly referred to as the powerhouse of the cell? Go right down here. The mitochondria, commonly referred to as the powerhouse of the cell. That's why you should always read all the questions. Sometimes the answer you need is just further down. But I really don't know. I don't know. He's a scientist. We're taking a shot in the dark here. Hope it's not discovering Pluto, because they downgraded his discovery and now they made it a moon. I'm just going to go mitochondria. Hey, I was right. Yes. Why not? Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, was renowned for his knowledge in math, classics, and law. Even though he was smart, what is something he didn't know? He didn't know Old Bald Dad, but I bet that's not one of the answers. Again, here's the problem with this, okay? It says high school. This is obviously American. I'm not American. Did I know Thomas Jefferson was a president? Absolutely. But he's not part of my history. He's probably, unless you're American, he's probably not part of your history. So we'll give a shot here anyway. The Earth is round. How to play the violin. The implications of John Locke's second treatise of civil government. Or that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Just for the fun of it, he doesn't know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Correct! He didn't know it either. That's 3 answers. The mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Let me tell you, getting through education a lot of time is just guessing. Multiple choice. I love it. Okay, one train leaves Chicago Union Station at 1 p.m. and another leaves New York Penn Station at 3 p.m. At what point do they discover the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? I'm sorry. I'm going to go, well, they will never discover this. Around 4 p.m. tomorrow, Or 1894, the same year Richard Altman formally discovered the mitochondria, aka the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, for some reason I want to pick that last thing about the mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell, but the problem is these are trains. They can't, so I'll say they'll never discover this. Nope, mitochondria. I'm going to guess every single answer to this is the mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell. That's just a guess. All right, next question. Julius Caesar set fire to the Library of Alexandria in 48 BCE, leading to the library's eventually decay and destruction over the next few centuries. What does Alexandria rhyme with? Alexandria rhymes with mitochondria. Gattaca, no. Steligraphal, no. Earl Stevens or mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria. Gabriel Garcia Marquez is an immensely influential author who primarily published his works in Spanish. What is a sentence that never appeared in his book? I told you, I didn't do this ahead of time, but this is pretty funny. I don't know what kind of quiz this is, but all right. Ojito que no somos broma. Okay, my wife's going to shoot me for probably butchering Spanish. El amor si hasca más grande y nobel en la calamidad. I don't know. How about las mitocondrias son las centras extralas de las células? That one, right there. I'm going that one. I can probably guess this one. The mitochondria is the power horse of the cell. Was not in his writings. Correct. Bangkok is to Thailand as mitochondria are to what? Bangkok is the capital of Thailand. Feels like, this is actually one of those questions that appear on an IQ test. This is kind of like what they all are. Your reasoning skills. New Mexico. Why not? The mitochondria are to New Mexico. Mitochondria are to scissors. A cartoon snail by the name of Slimy Pete. I don't know that one. I know a cartoon snail by the name of Gary. I also have 4 snails in my fish tank, but I don't know. The mitochondria is the powerhouse to the cell. Did you get that one right? Did you get it right? I don't know. What shape is this? Is it a triangle, a trapezoid, a right triangle, or is it a mitochondria shape, which is to say the shape like that, the powerhouse of the cell? It is it definitely looks like a trapezoid, mitochondria. All right. Often, a jail or prison might have a backup generator to keep power on in case of emergency. What are these generators called? Are they called weapons? They could, if you could pick that up and throw, that'd be a weapon. A zip-zap zooper. I don't know. That just reminds me of Stargate SG-1, where the team went back in time and they put a gun in front of the Zet Nicotel in front of Colonel O'Neill, and he's like, what is this? He goes, it's hard to say. And he goes, don't play with that. And he goes, no, seriously, it's a big long word. It's hard to say. Zach Nicotel. Then you got the cryptonograms, a cryptonogram, I don't know. Or is it the powerhouse of the cell? It would be the powerhouse of the cell. Get that? That sounds like a bad dad joke right there. A powerhouse, it keeps the cells running, keeps them locked. The powerhouse of the cell. And finally, what is the meaning of life? Love, money, liberty, or is it the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell? The powerhouse of the cell. Correct. I scored better than 67% of the quiz takers. I got 9 out of 10 right. I'm a genius. Genius. I don't know. That was not anything to do with high school. That was, did you catch on that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? That's the answer to every question from now on. Your teacher's going to ask you, what's 1 + 1? Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Don't ask me. Oh, that was pretty good. Did not expect that. I don't know. All right, let's go to the next quiz here. Here it is. Answer these 12 questions, and we'll see, and we'll tell you your smart type. What kind of smart are you? Are you street smart, people smart, money smart? What is it, book smart? Let's find out. All right. What's the first thing you typically do in the morning? Check your email, check your texts, check the weather, or get up and pee. I gotta get up and pee. Then I'll get back in bed, maybe I'll check messages. But I get up and pee. I get up and pee. It's in there, getting older, bladder doesn't like to hold it so much, gotta go to the washroom a couple times a night. That's the worst part. If I don't go pee before I go to bed, I'm getting up in the middle of the night, and then I still got to get up in the morning and go pee. Doesn't matter how much I drink, just the way it is. All right, how do you think most people would describe you? Old, bald, and a dad. Does that count? All right, chill, caring, confident, or trustworthy? Ooh, chill. Nah, not really. Never been accused of being chill or cool. Caring? Some. Confident or trustworthy? I don't see. This is one of those things. How would I like people to see me, or how do they see me? I'll go confident. Although they probably see me as confident. I'd like to be trustworthy, but they probably see me as confident. When you meet someone new, what are you most focused on? How to get out of there? Just kidding. Remembering their name, making eye contact, learning more about them, networking, or making a good impression. Oh, probably making eye contact. Remember their names. The problem is I'm horrible at names. And I have a trick that I do, and I've made this known, and I've done this to my wife, where I'll say, yeah, let me introduce you to my wife. And if I miss their name, or I'm supposed to know their name, and then she'll come over and she'll just introduce herself. And sure enough, they'll say their name. Then I've got it. It's like, okay. So when I'm talking with, usually making eye contact, I want them to know that they're actually talking with me, that I'm actually paying attention. You don't want somebody who's like, yeah, yep, making eye contact. All right. Which situation sounds the most pleasant to you? Unexpectedly finding a huge wad of cash on the street. Well, no, that would not for me, because I'd probably look to see who owned it, because probably somebody needed it. Unexpectedly meeting someone who provides a secure, uplifting, and happy relationship. No, I can do that on my own. Unexpectedly stumbling upon an opportunity that allows you to do your dream job, or unexpectedly saving someone's life. Ooh. I don't know, what happens if your unexpectedly dream job? What if your dream job is to be a paramedic, which then puts you in a situation to save someone's life? But for me, I gotta say the dream job. Unexpectedly stumbling upon an opportunity to do a dream job. And I've had that happen. When I got a call, and I was talking to the person, this was on a Saturday. They called me, and they said, look, I'd like to offer you a position. I said, sure. They said, when can you start? And I said, when do you want me? They said, well, tomorrow would be too quick. How about Monday? Because I had to pack up and move to a new city. But yeah, the dream job. I'll go with that one. Which situation sounds the most unpleasant? Not being able to brush your teeth for 3 days. Not being able to return a $500 impulse purchase. I'm sure that happens. Being in a fight with your best friend. Forgetting to hit save before losing your 3-page paper. It's definitely that one. And the reason, I remember I was writing something, I had to write it 4 times because I kept losing it. And I finished it, power went out. Hit the power bar, things like that. Losing the 3-page paper. It's not so bad nowadays because most computers back things up automatically, so you wouldn't lose everything. How do you feel about making decisions? I want someone to make them for me. Just go with the flow. I'm okay as long as I don't have to think about it. I make decisions pretty easily. I do make them a lot. I'm going to go with that one. It's not really pretty easily. I think about it and I make the best decision. Okay. You eat out with a friend who spent much more money than you. They asked to split the bill. How do you respond? Ask them directly if they can pay for their own instead. Grin and bear it. Ask if you can Venmo what you owe plus tip to them instead. Okay. You don't care, so you agree to split the bill. Truthfully, unless it was like an exorbitant amount of money. But if we're talking like if I ordered a $15 meal and they ordered a $25 meal, I may grin and bear it, but it's not because confrontation is scary, but it really depends on the friend. I don't care. Money's money. If I've got it and I'm not hurting, I'd split the bill. That's all I would do. Although I'd be a little annoyed, probably because they knew that they were going to do that and they got the big meal. But that's another thing. All of these events are on the same night. Which event do you go to? None. I stay home and go to bed. I don't care what it is. All right, let's see. Your BFF's birthday party. Q&A, their favorite singer. Go to a work event that will look really good to your boss. Or go to the first 30 minutes of a Q&A and spend the rest of the night with your BFF. I don't care about Q&As. Geez, you do them online. BFF. Boss, sorry. My work time. You don't own my social time. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. Sorry, boss. What do you think is the most important characteristic in a partner? Responsible, loyal, loving, or funny? Truly, I'm going to say loyal. Because the rest can be worked on. Loyal. If they're loyal, they're going to encompass loving. Funny? You take an elevator and it breaks down. On your way to your dream job interview, what's the first thing you do? Ask if everyone's okay. Take up your phone to contact the company you're interviewing with to explain the situation. Look around for the emergency button panel in the elevator. Take a deep breath to calm yourself. Probably calm myself. I'd probably do them in this order, okay? Take a deep breath. Ask everyone else if they're all right. Then contact the person I'm reaching. Because I'm on my way to an interview. I'm early. You don't show up to an interview right on time or late. You show up early for these unexpected things. Probably I'm going to take a deep breath, calm, think things through. Best way to go. All right. What do you double check for in your luggage before leaving for a beach trip? Sunscreen, phone, money, or driver's license. In my luggage, if I'm going to the beach, I really don't have luggage. But on my person, I would have phone, wallet, keys. 3 things I look for all the time. So if I'm looking in my bag, probably money. Phone, I can probably get without. Driver's license, but I might want something to drink. Sunscreen, I don't care. I burn. You see an item that you've been wanting for months in a store window. You don't want to spend money today. What do you do next? Ask a friend what they think of the item. Go inside to try it on. Look for a sign in the store that indicates the price. Compliment the item and keep walking. If it was in a window and I'm looking for it, I'd probably look to see if it's on sale. That's what I would do. That is what I do. I wait for it's on sale. If it's not on sale, walk away. Because I'm patient that way. All right, I am self-smart. Self-smart. I have no idea what that means. Let's see. It's actually called interpersonal intelligence, baby. Is that what it's called? Or are you calling me baby? I ain't your baby. Well. Who cares what people think of you? You definitely don't. You know your limits, your value, and you always follow your heart. Can we have a self-care day with you? I guess I'd probably agree with that for the most part. I generally know what's important to me. I know my limits, and I do what I feel is right. It's the way it is. Never really cared. All right, well, how smart are you? That first question, I thought it was supposed to be high school. It was kind of a fun quiz. But how smart are you? How smart are you? Hit it up. Do you think you would get street smart, self-smart, book smart, money smart? What would you get? You can give those a try if you want. Thanks for joining me. Remember, if you liked the video, why not hit like, subscribe? It's just for laugh. We need some break the tension in these days. Laugh, have some fun. You can always join me on Facebook, Twitter. I'm there. Just enjoy each other. Have a great day. This is Old Bald Dad signing off.